can an issue be both highly important and highly tractable, but we should still expect that if we try to engage in it, we won't have a lot of impact? Well, it's a bit tricky, but the answer is yes. Consider neglectedness, the amount of resources that are already allocated to the cause area. One reason neglectedness matters is that people tend to take the most immediately promising approaches. Many people in a field likely means that its low-hanging fruit has already been picked, which might leave us with less promising opportunities. This is the idea of diminishing marginal returns that we discussed heavily in the early lessons. As a concrete example, as we've seen, global health is an important field with many tractable things we can do to have a significant impact. However, it's also a well-known domain, and as such, it is less neglected compared to some other important cause areas we discussed, even if it still deserves even more attention than it's currently getting. We saw how this is especially true in high-income countries. When considering pursuing an action in a cause area, we shouldn't only ask ourselves how important or tractable the topic is, but also how likely we are to make a meaningful difference in the existing ecosystem. We want to strongly stress that a crowded field is not inherently saturated. However, due to diminishing marginal returns, one can generally expect that more people are trying to engage, the fewer promising opportunities are going to be left unexplored. That's why we recommend also factoring in neglectedness, the N in ITN, and asking ourselves questions to make sure that the field we are considering is not overcrowded. Lastly, while it is recommended to avoid overcrowded cause areas, if we are trying to optimize for impact, we should also take into account that sometimes it can be hard to contribute to a field that's too neglected. If there are only a handful of people who are thinking about an issue, usually the best way to make a contribution is by having very specific skills, like being able to do independent research or being entrepreneurial. If you have these skills, it's an incredible opportunity to drive enormous impact, but it doesn't suit everyone, and that's perfectly fine.